Welcome to our guided meditation session. I'll invite you to go ahead and get settled in. And getting settled in means different things to different people. And it means different things on different days. So for you today, settling in might be lying down. It might be sitting down. It might be standing and doing an activity. Whatever feels appropriate for you. It may even be going outside. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous day. So if you have this voice streaming through a device that you can take outside and still hear it, then I recommend that as well if that feels something pleasing to you. But wherever you are, go ahead and begin to settle into your space in your own way. And know that throughout this practice, there will be times when I am a little quieter, maybe times where there's some silence. And it doesn't mean that I have left the virtual building. It simply means that I'm giving you space and time to fill in as you would like to. And I'm simply holding that space for you. So please know that. And I'll make it very, very clear when we are at the end of our meditation. And so wherever you are, and there's no rush, as settling in is part of the meditative practice, but if you feel comfortable where you are in this moment, you can just slightly close the eyes, soften the gaze, either one, and then gently take a few deep breaths. And by deep breaths, those don't need to be taxing. Sometimes if people take a deep breath, it's like a lot of efforting. And so there's no need for a bunch of efforting. Just simply breathe, okay? Create the capacity for the breath. You might want to inhale slowly through the nose and then exhaling out the mouth. And again, inhaling deeply and slowly through the nose, exhaling gently out the mouth. As you continue this breath, inhaling through the nose, exhaling out the mouth, I'll invite you to imagine with each exhale that you are releasing any unnecessary tension that you're holding on to. So each exhale, allow yourself to soften a little more into the space that is holding you at this present moment. Again, inhaling through the nose and exhaling gently out the mouth, releasing any unnecessary tension. If you would like to take a few moments to set an intention for the day ahead, that might be nice to do so. So you might want to consider what you hope to accomplish, how you'd like to feel, what mindset you want to cultivate, and maybe visualize yourself moving through this day with ease, clarity, and positivity. So just seeing yourself and what this day will be for you today, because oftentimes we can create the kind of day we want to have no matter what external circumstances take place in our lives. We are in control of how we respond to those things. And so create those intentions that will set the type of day that you desire for today. Take the next few moments to do that. And then visualize yourself embodying that which you desire. And now that you have this intention, you can set it in the recesses of your mind. We will revisit it again at the conclusion of our practice for today. But in this moment, I'll invite you to bring to mind, so just in your mind's eye, bring to mind 3 things that you are grateful for. So our minds are often going and bringing up all kind of ideas and thoughts throughout the day, some of which we're aware of and some of which we're not. And so in this moment, bring in your mind 3 specific times, 3 specific things that you are very very grateful for. And these can be big things, these can be small, they can be simple, they can be profound. Anything that makes your heart just smile, bring that to your mind's eye. Three things. Take a moment. And then I'd like you to focus in as if your mind is like a camera and you want something to come into focus. One of those three things that you just brought to your mind's eye, I'd like you to focus on one of those things and allow the other two to simply fade away in the background, again, as if your mind is like a camera here. And so that one thing that you're focusing on, allow yourself to fully experience that in this moment. Fully experience that moment of gratitude, that feeling of gratitude, that blessing, noticing how it uplifted your spirit and perhaps filled your heart with joy. Focus on one of those things that you are grateful for and bring it into the forefront of your mind's eye. Recall that experience and let that recalling of the experience flood throughout your body and your heart. If you get a little lost or your mind starts to wander to other things, you can simply come back to the breath. The breath is an anchor for this practice. So whenever our minds start to meander, as minds tend to do, say, hey, I'm going to reel it in and come back to my breath and back to this present moment of gratitude that I am focusing on and that I am embodying in the here and now. Take a few more moments. And now, with gratitude for that moment of gratitude, you can allow that particular moment to fade into the background and then pluck one of the other moments and bring that into the foreground. So, your second moment of gratitude, which you have recently or maybe not so recently experienced, bring that to the forefront and focus on that moment of gratitude. And if you think, Tiffany, I don't have any moment of gratitude, so I don't remember when I was grateful, that is okay too. You can simply exist within this present moment in a vibration of gratitude. So that is up to you. You are in control of this meditation. I am simply a guide, but you are in the driver's seat. And so bring that second moment of gratitude to the forefront. And as you do, notice how it feels in your heart. If it shifts your breath, how it feels in your body. Is there a feeling of warmth, of fullness, of heat? Whatever it may be, just notice what sensations arise as you recall this second moment of gratitude that is now in the forefront of your mind. Take the next few moments to just be with that second moment of gratitude. And now, with gratitude for that moment of gratitude, gratitude is the word of the day, we now place that memory in the recesses of your mind and now highlight and bring to the forefront of your mind that third moment of gratitude that you initially thought of. And if you cannot remember it, it's okay. There's no need to struggle or to strain, and there's no getting this right, okay? Really, there's no doing this wrong. You're totally fine. And so, whatever is presently there, whether it be that third memory or something totally unrelated, simply become aware of a moment of gratitude. Bring that to the forefront. And then notice how it exists and resonates within your body at this time. Maybe you feel some warm fuzzies. Maybe there's a little bit of tingling. Maybe there's a little bit of excitement. Who knows? This is your journey, but just notice what is there with this third moment or memory of gratitude. You might see the people that were present, or maybe you were in a very specific environment and there were specific objects around, or maybe there are pets and you can see them too. Maybe so, maybe not. But take time to be with that moment of gratitude. And now feel free to release that. Release that moment and just notice how you're feeling, having taken that journey with those three very specific moments of gratitude that have occurred within your life, or perhaps that you just created now on the spot, a moment of gratitude. Maybe it's, hey, I'm grateful that I'm here now and I'm in this meditation session with all these other lovely beings. And isn't that a beautiful thing? So just take a moment here and return back to the breath, back to the anchor, and notice if anything in your breath has shifted and changed from when we began our practice. And a way to notice that is simply bring awareness to the rise and fall of the abdomen, awareness to the rise and fall of the chest, awareness to the expansion and contraction of the rib cage. And all three of those areas moving together, moving in sync with the breath, that is you moving through you. And again, with each exhale here, you may begin to further release any excess tension that is unnecessary at this point in time. Let it go. Let it sink into the space that is holding you right now. Let it go with those exhalations. Simply let go of what you do not need. And in the letting go, you might recall the intention that you set for yourself at the beginning of practice. Maybe it's still there, maybe it's not. You are also more than welcome to create a new intention, perhaps thinking upon all of those moments of gratitude. You're like, I would like to set a new intention for myself. And so you are more than welcome to do that. But bringing that intention back to the mind's eye and back to the heart center in this moment. And you might want to repeat it to yourself several times, each inhale, repeating that intention. And each exhale, releasing that intention out into the world. Again, inhaling the intention into your body, and then exhaling it out the mouth and into the world. Last time, inhaling it in, letting it fill up all of your cells, fill up with this beautiful intention you set for your day, and then releasing it out into the world. Noticing how you feel, what sensations arise. Now we've done all of this internal awareness, these sensations, these vibrations that are happening internally, and hopefully we can bring that out into our external world today as well. And so begin to bring your awareness to the external environment. If your eyes are closed, you can keep them closed, but just start to awaken your hearing, the sense of hearing. What can you hear in your environment? Maybe if your window is open, you can hear birds chirping. You might even hear the birds chirping outside of my environment because they are really singing. So you might notice that. You might notice the sounds of other beings in your environment, humans, pets. Notice that. And then also start to notice external sensations. So maybe the air on your skin, the clothing on your skin. If you decided to cover yourself with blankets or surround yourself with pillows, you might feel those sensations as well against your skin. If your eyes are closed, you may even notice a little bit of light coming through the eyelids, even with them closed. Just notice that all of the external factors that are at play right now, the sounds, the sensation, you might notice smells too, and how your internal environment interacts with the external environment. Notice that as well. There's so many things to be aware of, my friends, so many things that support us in this day and in our purpose. If you feel ready, and only if you feel ready, you might begin to invite movement back into your body if you haven't done so yet. And so those can be micro movements, maybe just moving fingers and toes. You can flutter the eyelids a little bit. You could take a nice nourishing yawn. You could dance if you want to. If you feel so inspired to do a little dancing, a little bit of shimmying and shaking, perhaps you are just ready for this day. And so whatever this movement means for you, and maybe you simply want to stay still, and that's a form of movement too. So meditator's choice, whatever feels appropriate for you. Take the time to move or stay still. Returning to the breath once more, whether your eyes are open or closed, whether you're moving or not, return back to the breath, feeling it flow through you in its natural state. And this is the conclusion of our meditation. I thank you all so much for being here, being present.